Well, hello there Switchheads, welcome back, Kanan here, and welcome to my review of Together. Wanna be together? If that at all makes any sense to anyone. Anyway, it's my birthday, yep, June the 16th, it is actually my birthday today, and to celebrate, those great people at Ultimate Games have been so generous to give me 2 copies to give away in celebration of my birthday. Woohoo, thank you. And there's a copy for the UK, EU and also for the US so that you can all enjoy my birthday with me. And so if you want to know how to actually obtain one of these great giveaways, then keep an eye out at the end of the actual video where I'll explain how to do it. And if you want to wish me happy birthday in any way, then hit that like and subscribe button. Oh look, it's just what I wanted, thank you very much. And so let's find out whether Together is going to make it up onto the Wall of Fame or the Wall of Shame, or maybe somewhere in the middle. Let's get on with it, shall we? Gameplay. Okay, so story-wise, all the colour has been stripped from the lands by the evil monochrome. Monochrome, get it? And it's up to you to get her. See what they did there? That's pretty clever. And to defeat her and basically bring back all colour in the lands. And how this is achieved is you're going through level after level, and each level has different stages within them, and all getting more and more difficult as you go along, with different scenery as well. And then you have to pick 2 characters that you want to represent yourself, and they're all like variation on characters you all probably know already, like Robin Hood and the great catcher of creatures. Gotta catch them all. Done. Yeah. Each characters have their unique way of actually fighting, and then you've got their actual abilities and the like, which at the end of each level you get to get more of them, and that improves your character as you're going along, as well as a diversity for the rest of the characters. So you're not just getting at the end of each level just one thing for each character, you're getting things for all the characters, that character, and power-ups and many other things as well. Once in the actual game, you can see the actual health and the actual powers that the actual character can do, as well as the actual buttons that you need to actually use them. And then with a quick flick of one of the shoulder buttons, you can change your characters on the fly as well. Each character has their own health, and once that's depleted, you're just left with the one character. So you can swap between them if one gets low and you want to conserve it, because you can pick up power-ups as you go along that will give those characters more health and whatever. And that does mean that just before you pick up a health orb, you can also change to the other character that's almost depleted of health and just put it onto them, giving them more health. And then if you look into that up right area, it says player 2, and yes, you can play this in 2-player as well. It's a little bit more fiddly because, well, you're tethered together, and if you stay away from each other for so long, the screen splits and a timer starts counting down, and after that the actual character dies and you have to respawn your character. And obviously you can only do this a certain amount of times. This mode is frantic as heck, and yeah, it was good fun to play with my wife. She took quite a while to get used to it. The jumping was kind of difficult to do for her, but I did enjoy playing the game with her, and it was a lot of fun once she actually got into it. I will mention quickly that in this mode we encountered quite a few frame drops. The screen was slowed down in quite a few different places. It didn't break the game totally, but it kind of took us out of the immersion and made certain parts of the game kind of difficult. Hopefully this will be patched pretty soon after release. But yeah, in 2-player the gameplay can get really frantic and completely and utterly crazy. And you kind of need to create some sort of zen awareness for each other within your togetherness. But I'll also tip my hat to the actual developers, because I've had as much fun, if not more actually, fun playing this in single player than playing it in multiplayer. I think the actual gameplay is really well done. The controls are good, but they can be a bit fiddly from time to time, especially when you're wall jumping in a specific way or trying to do some really intricate wall jumping. I do like the fact that each character has their own like weapon that they use to defeat these black and white characters and turn them into like colour, and then they scuttle off all happy and all that lot because they're no longer monochrome or black and white. There seems to be a nice array of actual characters as well, and also an immense amount of power-ups and the like. Things like immunity, triple jumping and things like that. The levels are quite nicely made, they seem quite varied, although all in the same type of way. There seems to be an immense of different actual obstacles, from spikes, bad guys, some that shoot, some that don't, fire, platforms that collapse, canisters that blow up, bombs and all sorts of different things, people throwing spears at you. There's not a shortage of things that can, well, basically kill you, I guess. There's also secret areas that, in walls that disappear as you go near them, which is quite clever and pretty cool, and quite good fun to actually look for as well, as this kind of like is a reward for trying to explore through the different levels. Graphically, I actually like this kind of like, I think it's pixel art type look to it. It's quite fun. I like the fact that you're turning into a colour from like the black and whiteness, and I like the fact that you've got like this orb around you at all times of colour. It's quite a nice little effect. And the levels seem like there's loads actually happening, and there is, but it doesn't feel cluttered either. I also like the fact that the levels are actually quite linear, and most of the time you'll be just going across the screen, up the screen, or just bouncing up things. But it kind of also gives you that feeling of space, like you can go anywhere you want. Yes, the end is there, but you can do all of this before you get to it type thing. And riding on the back of a panda or a dog, I think it's a panda, is just brilliant. Sound wise, it's okay, it does nothing special, but it serves its purpose. Again, it's one of those things that's in the background, nice little bit of music, and all the other sounds do what you'd expect them to do. Nothing really venturing out of its comfort zone, but it does what you need it to. The good. Levels as you progress through the game seem to be different and diverse. A nice array of characters that kind of like do different things, and it does have a good sense of humour. 2-player is completely bonkers, but in a good way. The bad. The controls could do with a little bit of a tweak, especially for those wall bits where you need to be very precise. Those frame rate drops in the multiplayer part of the game is a little bit annoying, and hopefully it could be patched out. The score. Okay, so it's my birthday and I can score it how I want to. Yes, score it as I want to, score it as I want to, and I'm going to score it a 4 out of 5. I have thoroughly enjoyed this game. Oh yes, this is staying on my Switch for a good while, and I'm definitely going to get my wife back on it to fine-tune her gameplay. But that said, the actual single player is a lot better than what I thought. I was coming into it thinking this is going to be a kind of like so-so single player and a really good multiplayer. Well, that was the hope, but instead I've come out with a really good single player and a pretty darn good multiplayer as well. And as you've seen earlier, with multiple difficulty levels, it definitely can present a challenge to whoever dares to try. And as for my alternative, well, I'm not going to give one this week. Instead, I'm going to give away 2 copies of the game, one for the EU and one for the US. And if you want a chance of winning one of these giveaways, well, it's my birthday, so I'm going to say hit that subscribe button and then go down and leave a comment, and any comment, as long as it's a nice comment, of course. And at the end of the comment, let me know also whether it's an EU copy or a US copy that you would like if you should win the giveaway. So simple, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what region you need it in, and yeah, I'll be picking a winner for this giveaway on Saturday the 20th of June 2021. That's this year, this month, and this Saturday. And once again, thank you for joining me on this birthday review. You've all been great, brilliant, fantastic, because life is better when we switch together.